Anthony. Thank you for the invitation, Anthony. Janer, thank you for your service. All these beautiful members. How do you like that reading? I'm a cocaine addict. My name is Bill. It's just take a look around. I mean, I think that's an insult. They say, thank God we don't look like what we've been through. But I'll tell you what, I've been to some meetings where we look at worse than what we've been through. But that's okay. They have a hard time believing I'm 27, but I was rough out there, rough in the piece, right for the game. Good to see you, Magenta. And she got the same little guy who was on the other day with her. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, that's enough breaking all your anonymities. You're on tape now. Good thing I don't know your last name, so I put you all on blast. So I saw in the flyer it says AANACA It doesn't matter. This disease is not substance specific. I needed to learn that, and I didn't even. I mean, I knew that I was. I would say I was addicted to cocaine. It seemed like I couldn't get enough of it, but I didn't understand why. I don't know if any of you are ever on your way to go and get high and you got that irritable bowel syndrome going on where you didn't know if you're going to throw up or pass gas, but something bad was happening physiologically. If you had that experience, I remember telling myself on the way, I said, this ain't going to be good because it was almost as if I was craving it before I put it inside of me. And what I didn't realize is the obsession of the mind was also working on my body. And once I put the first one in, it's like the end of the world was coming because I couldn't get enough to satisfy it. I always had enough to start, but never enough to finish. So I had to learn what an addict was. We used the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, thank God, because they've got a proven program of recovery that works. If alcohol is a drug and they relieve alcoholism, which is a specific illness, but it solves the problem for addiction to alcohol, then it has to solve the problem for addiction to cocaine. And that's what I had to come to terms with because I really didn't know what an addict or an alcoholic was. What would happen is I would get clean as a result of something real tragic happening as a result of my last use. And I would come into the rooms and I would put my life back together. It was always easy for me to get a job because I could interview well. I couldn't keep a job for long because here's what would happen. We were talking about it the other day. I heard my buddy Terry speak at a meeting. There were times, Janer, when I had nothing going on in my life, and it was like a period of time. It seemed like it was almost some type of seasonal bipolar disorder. And I would get pulled over several times in rapid succession and get these speeding tickets. And after you get three or four of them, my mind started attacking me because I'm going to get points on my license. It's going to be a hefty fine. They're going to raise my insurance, and I'm wondering why I'm making good money and I got to drive around in $100 beater. It's because I couldn't afford the insurance. And what I realized is those times when I got those speeding tickets,